Hey guys, we are back with another Pokemon Hardcore Nuzlocke, and in this video I'll be attempting to complete a Hardcore Nuzlocke in Pokemon Ruby using only the Poison type and on only one attempt. Now we'll begin this journey by moving to Hoenn in the quaint little town of Little Root before having to save the professor from a rabid Poochyena. I choose Torchic as my start before beating it and catching a Whirlpool that I nicknamed Crash. I immediately evolve it into a Cascoon just to see if it'll actually evolve into a Dustox later on, and immediately thereafter evolve it into a Dustox for the first gym leader, Roxanne. Now onto the battle. I go into this battle not really expecting much since Dustox is not too bulky and is very weak against rock types. I go for a Harden to try and boost my defense against Geodude, trying to kind of survive quite a few rock tombs, and I also give it an Oran Berry as well, before unleashing a barrage of confusions, hoping to take it down very quickly. I unfortunately had to use my Oran Berry on the first Geodude, but you have to press on before having to face her Nose Pass. Now the Nose Pass takes me down into the red very dangerously close when I get a lucky confusion on it, and proceed to hold my breath for the rest of this battle since just one attack can take me out. Luckily it hits itself every time, earning us the first gym badge. And once in Dewford, I catch a Tentacool and a Zubat I name Coco and Nina respectively, before having to face the fighting type gym leader Brawly. Now I start with my Dustox doing some decent damage with Confusion against Machop, before eventually taking it down. Again, this is going to be essentially the same strategy against Roxanne, is use the special attack to kind of overwhelm, but also Confusions because they're weak, they're strong against fighting type. Now it takes quite a few confusions to take it out to my surprise, but we eventually take down the Machop and faces Makuhita, which prompts me to use Harden to boost my defense to kind of match this Makuhita's bulk up increases. After a few kind of stally turns, I decide to go for a confusion to start chipping away at the Makuhita. Decides to go for a knockoff, but the one last confusion finally takes it out, earning me the second gym badge. Now I realized I wasn't recording, but I caught a Gulpin named Cortex and also catch and evolve an Oddish that I nicknamed Tiny. Now also before the gym leader, before Watson, I managed to evolve my Zubat into a Golbat just for some of that extra bulk, but I am planning for my Gloom to kind of hoping to be the star of the show. So since Grass kind of resists electric type moves. Now, the plan behind the battle was to use Gloom to try and soak up as many electric type attacks as possible, thanks to its resistance. I start off very well, sarcasm included, by hitting a stalemate against Magnemite, forcing me to swap into Dustox to get that knockout. Now, this Magnemite really did stall my Gloom strategy out. Doing a blind Nuzlocke, definitely didn't know what Pokemon he would start out with, but I just kind of took a chance with Gloom. Just to see what she would do. Now, swapping into my Dustox to try and get the knockout, just going for the confusion with the Psybeam there. Just kind of whittling it down as much as I can here. Moving on to the second Pokemon, Voltorb. It gets very close to taking Dustox out. Now, I probably should have just sacked my Dustox in this situation since it was pretty damaged, but oh well, you live and you learn. Now I swap in Golbat to try and get lucky flinches, but I get paralyzed very quickly and swap back into my Gloom to try and get health back, but Voltorb goes for the self-destruct, knocking her out. Now with one last Pokemon left, I send in Gulpin to hopefully kind of soak up the Shockwaves with its special defense, kind of get those boosts going with Amnesia, but Shockwave did more than half. I tried to stall some of its shockwaves, but eventually wound up taking out my Gulpin. Now as Gulpin goes down, I send in my Tentacool to try and confuse it and try my luck there again, but it also gets taken down by a very powerful shockwave. At this point, the strategy's kind of fallen apart, and I'm counting this as a loss since both my remaining Pokemon are badly hurt and paralyzed, and I just don't see a way out of this as Magneton wipes my team, ending the run.